I bet you can't do it, 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 do it like do it, 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 do it like this. I bet you can't do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it like do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it like do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it like do it, do it, do it, do it, do it like this, like this.
It's this narrative that like femininity and masculinity is very much so a box. Like, okay, perfect example, right? You know, a joke that me and my husband have all the time. He laughs, like we'll watch shows like Love Island or like Below Deck, right? And it's a lot of like YT people on these shows. So he's like, them men be looking like they're having a great time. Like, and they'll like say something that in the black community, a black man will be like, oh no, we can't act like that. We can't say this. We can't do that. It seems like our community is the only community that is obsessed with, we gotta fit into the box, or I don't like you and you're never gonna get picked. And it's very disheartening when, if you decided as a man today or tomorrow that you like sewing, so now I'm going to call you gay for it, or like she brought up power tools. I don't think that those are the things that should define femininity and masculinity. Like, we're talking about bullshit hobbies that people pick up because they're like, oh yeah, one day I realized I didn't have a wife yet and I needed to know how to sew my buttons on my shirt. And now we're gonna like tell that man like he's not man enough to ever get picked, or we're gonna tell that woman because she doesn't have a husband right now and she knows how to change her own tire, she's not feminine enough to be picked. That's what it sounded like to me.
Has it occurred to you that what the market, and when we say market, we're talking about an overwhelming majority of the people that you want to position yourself to be a desirable mate for? Do you think that their perception counts in you being selected, or it even matters in you being pursued as a suitable mate?
This is actually a good question, right? Because the truth of the matter is no. Now, she's probably not going to answer it this way, but the truth is no. Women don't care about what the market has to say. The market need to like them the way that they are, or else. We did this on another show before where we asked the young lady who, if we put the perfect guy in your opinion, right? In her opinion, from her perspective, the perfect guy, everything she thought she could want. And when she presented herself to him, he said, but I don't like this or that or this or that. Then what? And she said, he ain't the one for me. So the perfect guy, the exact guy that you want, if he had an issue with some things, your response wouldn't be, let me work on that, let me change that. Your response would be, all of a sudden, he's just not the perfect guy. That's how women think.
Well, I guess that I can admit that I don't have the ability to give that answer because I was 18.
What if I told you is all?
So the last time I knew what the market was.
What if I told you all it take was, because you claim you're the most educated, you're the most degree. It just take the same amount of effort it took you to be able to learn how to use a power tool in the garage, to be able to study the market, to figure out what most men want. And if you study it and learn it, you can use it as a cheat code, as a blueprint to optimize yourself for the person you desire. Would you believe it?
I believe what you're saying, but what that also sounds like to me is that I have to cheat code the person that I want.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing on ZipRecruiter, on Monster.com, on LinkedIn. When you look at the job position, I think this is the same example he gave. You could actually look at the qualifications and requirements to be able to win the position, and then go and get those qualifications.
But what if that's really not who you are? What if you aren't Susie Homemaker?
Then you don't get the job.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that there's nobody out there like that is the 200-pound woman's never gonna get chose, or the woman that likes to do mechanic work is never gonna get chose.
You see how you see what she heard? Do you see it? It's in the response. Instead of it being, yeah, I can go and get the information and then perform, right, the way I need to perform in order to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. No, you're just saying that this girl or that girl won't get a guy. That's what she hear, because it's never about them changing. Women don't ever think they should have to change, which is exactly why they always believe they're settling, because they believe they're perfect the way that they are. And men are naturally imperfect.
Chosen. You know why they did? Because they recalibrated themselves. They optimized themselves for the man they want. That's why they can have these 600-pound life shows and have a man. But it's not the man they want. The thing is, I think that this the argument is, it's not about the man. Anybody can get a man. That's not a flex. This was his words, because I'm not trying to steal his
Yeah, he
words.
said anybody can get a man. It's
But
about getting the man
it's
you
about
want.
getting the man that you desire. Can you do that? That's the whole argument a lot of times on these panels.
But it's the same thing that men have to deal with, right? If I know, like, okay, I'm just gonna be working at ShopRite, you know, just your random supermarket, whatever.
KC.
I'm capped out as to what type of women I could obtain. And most of you women probably not going to date somebody who's working at the cash register, right? And I won't blame you for it, because you probably want more for your life. You probably want somebody who's going to be able to provide better, so you can have a more relaxed, soft, whatever life you want, right? For you, yourself, and your children, right? So if that's what I do, then I have to recognize that I'm going to have a much smaller pool to choose from. It's the same type of thing. If we don't prepare ourselves, just like if I'm fat as hell, if I decide to get fat, I'm going to have less of a pool of women that I have access to, and I'd have to accept that. I can't get mad at the game and then say, hey, y'all got to start liking fat dudes, or y'all got to start messing with broke dudes. Like, it is what it is. Females want what they want. Men want what they want. We're not trying to shame people for their preferences, unless it's just completely unrealistic and you're not doing anything to put yourself in a position to obtain that person. That's the problem.
And that's why you see a lot of DEI hires get dropped, because a lot of those people were put in position because of a organization or some type of funding allowed that to happen. But those people would not be in that position if they weren't qualified for it, which is the reason why they were dropped. So many of them were let go. So we gotta start embracing that.
The fuck does that have to do?
I mean, you don't have to. Remember, Laisha, you don't have to change your position on this. You're a married woman. It don't apply to you. Fuck it. But we have to start looking at everything, you know, the same. You know, it's the same thing if you're trying to accomplish something. In all things that you do, if you're trying to achieve something, there are steps, you know, there's requirements, there's qualifications. It can be the same for the man you want. And to Trev's point, vice versa. It can be the same for the woman the man want. And we would argue early. We're faced with this reality much earlier than y'all, which is why we have a cemented understanding of it. Because
no, don't say a cemented understanding. Say exactly what it is. It's the reason why we're less delusional, right? Because early on in our lives, we are forced to, right, whether naturally or unnaturally, we are forced to recognize where we are at in the pecking order. What kind of girls like us? What kind of girls don't like us? Right? If we could do better, then we can do better. We can gauge that. If not, then we can't. And at some point, we kind of, I hate to use the word, but I'm gonna use it, settle, right? We become content where we are, and understanding that it makes no sense to keep knocking our head against the wall trying to attain something that we can't attain. If there's a woman who wants a man that's 6'4", it makes no sense for me at 5'8" to be just steadily hawking her down. And here's the more interesting point. Let's say at some point she gives in, right? Let's say at some point she gives in. Now, in her mind, guess what she's doing? Settling. It's just another notch in the I settled in the I settled column, right? So you think she's going to treat me right? You think she's going to treat me good? You think she's going to treat me as well as she would have treated the 6'4" brother? Not at all. So it makes no sense for me to even try to force that kind of relationship.
We were faced with this as early as 17, 18. We had to start off as young men embracing this. Y'all don't have to embrace this until y'all down on y'all peak value. That's when it hits you. You done went through 20, 30 years of not having to deal with it or not having to look at it as an importance because it never really applied to you because you came into the game already at the top. Us, we had to come out of the fucking mud. Y'all are going into the mud. And it's a hard reality.
This shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga.
It's all over, everybody. Skip! Skip! Cut these cameras off me. Skip!
Hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell, and leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm.